Greetings to everyone on our celebration of International Women's Day. Today, if we look at the numbers, we have 105 faculty members in our 642 faculty members. It's about 16% faculty. Around 21% of our staff are women. 25% of our students, 3,200 women students, and a reasonably large number in the PhDs. So last year in our convocation, we actually had 200 women graduates with PhD degrees. We are going to create a series of awards for impact of women, and this is for our own, to encourage our women faculty members, and subsequently we will also do a similar set of awards for staff.
I would like to start with highlighting the theme for this International Women's Day, which is Accelerate Action. And we couldn't have actually had a more befitting speaker than the one we have today. It's an absolute pleasure and an honor to introduce you all to the speaker for the day, Dr. Soumya Swaminathan. Dr. Soumya is the chairperson of the S Swaminathan Research Foundation, but before fitting into her father's shoes carrying a legacy, she had already made a mark as a physician, scientist, and an international health leader par excellence.
Thank you very much for that introduction. A lot of our health programs tend to focus on pregnancy and right after childbirth. Once a woman becomes pregnant, then our focus is on her. But actually, we need to look at the whole life cycle from birth to elderly. And as we are growing and developing socioeconomically, our lifespan is increasing. Currently, it's around 70, 72 years. So we're definitely going to have more older people, men and women. Women outlive men generally. And so we also have to start thinking about the needs of older people, older women, those who need assistive devices. It's a huge topic that I was also involved in at the WHO. Some states, there are many indicators within that. Women's access to education, which has really improved. We find now, very high participation of women, of girls in primary, secondary and tertiary education. And then there's women's access to employment, there's gender-based violence, there are child care policies, whether we have them or not. So there are many sub-indicators under that SDG 5, and clearly a lot of states are not doing as well. So we do have this divide within the country also.
There are many women who are financially dependent on their husbands and who go through domestic violence, and they also have their kids. So what steps can be taken for them to actually divorce their husbands and maybe live their own independent life? Because even finding jobs is very difficult in this competitive environment. So what to do for them, for their betterment, and how can we motivate them to take the right step? Because it is very difficult to sustain, without any education maybe. So what to do about that?
Yeah, you're very right. So I think economic empowerment is really the path, to that kind of emancipation or independence. Because as long as you're economically dependent on someone, you don't have any choice. You can't leave. The moment they feel that they can earn a living, and this is at all socio-economic groups, even if you're a well-educated woman but you don't have a job, you're dependent on your husband, and you have a young child, you're not going to leave, even if you're very unhappy. So what we've seen, and again, I've heard from these women in the field who've told me their own experiences of how the men actually start respecting them more when they see that they're bringing in an income completely independently through any new skill that they have been given. We do have more child leaders now, also women, strong women, and they're forming self-help groups, they're forming cooperatives, they're forming these companies. Even these illiterate women are forming farmer-producing companies and things. All what they lack is this financial literacy and market linkage kind of information management skills. If you can give them that, then sky is the limit actually for them.
It's been an absolute privilege to listen to Dr. Soumya Swaminathan in person. Her thoughts and the experiences that she has recounted to all of us should serve as food for thought. I'd like to thank Dr. Swaminathan for having accepted our invitation to be here. I would like to just read out something which is there on the board outside, where people have written a few messages, and something which the director also talked about. And it says that I wish we didn't have to celebrate a single day to prove equality. I'd like to thank IDES and the Associate Dean Outreach and New Initiative in the team, Professor Shilpi Sharma, who put this together. Keep this conversation going. In the afternoon, we have another event here, which is again hosted by Shilpi and the Associate Dean Faculty, Shuchi Sinha, which is called Baaton Baaton Mein, a little bit less formal event. So we hope to see you here. Thank you very much.